Welcome back and thank you for staying with All Angles. Now, a Pietermaritzburg teenager who was kidnapped last month has been found. The Hawks and private security companies located him at a house on the KZN South Coast. His abductors allegedly demanded more than 11 million rand for his safe release. Let's go to senior reporter Dasen Thathiah, who is in Pietermaritzburg with an update to that story. Dasen, has this teenager been reunited with his family yet?
Not just yet, Maseko. I'll take you back a few minutes, and that's where a convoy drove into the Mountain Rise police station. That's behind me. You're seeing the gate there. There were 3 vehicles that drove in. The teenager was in a vehicle in the middle of that convoy. From all accounts, we're told that he is in a good physical state. He seems to be uninjured from what we've been told. And he was located at a house on the KZN South Coast. In fact, that's where it's believed his abductors had held him after they took him from Pietermaritzburg on the 24th of June. So just to give our viewers some context into exactly what happened here, on the 24th of June, the teenager had finished school and he was on his way home. And he normally travels with a driver. And when they were in the vicinity of their home, they were confronted by another vehicle. There were 3 occupants in that vehicle. It was a white Polo. And it's believed to be people that were impersonating police officers that were inside that car. They had a blue light. They stopped the vehicle. They took the teenager, and that was the last time that he was seen. The family was then contacted, and it was about 11.5 million rands to be exact that was demanded from that family, payment for his release. Whether that money was exchanged or if any money was exchanged, it's not clear at this point. So this matter, as you can imagine, is still quite fresh. It's still under investigation. Police are currently dealing with about 8 possible suspects. I believe some of them are inside the police station as well. 5 of them were found today. 3 were found last week. And Maseko, what's interesting here is that of the first 3 that were found on the 1st of June, that was last week, Thursday, one of them is an SAPS member, the other is a municipal employee, either a security guard or a traffic officer. The other one is a civilian. So I think that gives you a sense of the type of involvement in this case. The other 5 that were arrested today, we still need to find out what their profiles are and obviously the motive behind this kidnapping.
And Dasen, what about this boy's family? Have you gotten a chance at all to speak to them just to get reaction about the news of their son being found?
I haven't had the opportunity just yet, but I do know that once the investigating team, which is at the police station, is able to finish their work in processing the suspects, because again, for context, in that convoy, some of the suspects were also in those vehicles, 3 of them that were found at the house in Mzinto, so the boy being in a different vehicle. So after this, I'm led to believe that the boy, the teenager, 17-year-old boy, will be taken to his family's home, and that's where he will be reunited. Maseko, I'm sure many people are asking, what could be the possible motive?
Yeah.
Was there a vendetta? Was there any kind of interaction or engagement that had gone wrong? These are questions that will need to be answered by the investigations team. We have tried to ask the Hawks for a motive. They don't have that just yet, but we're certainly keeping tabs. We'll bring you those updates as soon as we are aware of what could have been behind this kidnapping.
And of course, Dasen, just my last question. I know it's a bit of analysis that I'm asking you to do here, but with police reporting, at least in the past 2 years, about the spike in abductions or kidnappings in South Africa, and then finding out that there's police officers involved in this particular kidnapping, speak to us about, the kind of crime that policemen find themselves involved in.
And this isn't the first time that we're hearing of police officers being involved in crimes. And if it's not police officers, Maseko, it's certainly people that are posing as police officers. Because if you look at the circumstances around this, a vehicle stops another vehicle, there's a blue light, it looks like an official vehicle. The obligation, I guess, as any law-abiding citizen, is to stop. And I know that we've been advised many times to rather drive to a police station. But it seems like that trend of either using policemen to strategize about these types of crimes or to pose as them seems to be something that is increasingly common. And that's possibly why this particular teenager had also stopped at the time. The police have previously told us that they are trying to root out these elements within their ranks, but despite that, it seems to be an ongoing problem, and once again it's proven to be the case here. Just one additional piece of information. On Thursday, when police confronted these suspects, the three of them, including that SAPS member, there was a state vehicle that was there as well. Whether that was used in the commission of the crime or not, we'll have to find out. But it was certainly there when police had stormed one of the local malls here looking for those suspects last Thursday.
All right, senior reporter Dasen Thathiah on that breaking news story, a 17-year-old boy found after being kidnapped almost a year ago.